Chapter 8, Sunny vs. Giggles. The rest of the camp flew by in a blur of fun. Although enjoying themselves as much as possible, the 7 friends made sure to keep an eye out for Sunny, who seemed to be in a constant state of fury. Even Daryl was wary of his sister. Soon it was time to go home, much to the sadness of everyone. The 7 friends were lucky enough to snaffle the back of one of the buses, where they could talk easily. My last time at school camp, Daniel sighed. And we only have one more left. Belle turned to Charlie, who sighed too. We have loads more left, Sammy grinned cheekily. Yeah, but you have more years left of being bossed around. TJ poked the younger boy's forehead. Ow! Sammy rubbed his head. So, have you two decided what you're going to do about Marianne and Revolver? Dingbat is on warden duty in a month, TJ mentioned, turning to Belle and Charlie. Put them back in jail? Charlie grinned. Easier said than done. We're just going to end up having to put them back into jail every time they escape, Belle groaned. It'll be fun. It'll be dangerous. Shush, you lot. I'm trying to catch a nap here. Petunia frowned at them. Tammy shot them all a dirty look. She had been about to doze off too. Belle looked out of the window. Her thoughts turned to Sunny. After everything that had happened between them, why did she suddenly feel the urge to protect her longtime nemesis? That night, the friends had dinner at Belle's place. Everyone loves Bill's cooking, and Joe's story made the night all the more interesting. Big game on tonight too, between the Leos and the Miners. Daniel grinned at Charlie as they cleaned up their steaks. The Collie Model Miners were one of the most despised teams in the competition, and unfortunately one of the best. It'll be fine. With Jackson Blue, Lewis Tiger and Joe Patrick in red-hot form, we'll want them, Peter pumped up. Don't forget Tony Rock Crusher, Sammy added. Belle was excited. It was the first time she had ever had so many friends over. The house was filled with laughter and fun, and she was so happy that she finally had so many people she could hang out with. Finishing up her dinner, Belle took her plate to the sink to rinse it off for her uncle. She looked out the window. In the opposite window, Sunny was busy scrubbing dishes. She looked lonely and sad, and Belle almost felt bad for her. She was lucky compared to Sunny. While she had to do chores as well, her father, uncle, and grandfather helped her and each other wherever they could. Sunny looked up and scowled, drawing the curtain across the window. Belle frowned and shook off whatever pity she had for the bully before heading back to hang out with the rest of the crew. They had gotten out one of the board games and now were having a blast. Charlie was about to roll the dice for his next turn when a bump and some laughter was heard from next door. It was pretty much ignored. They were used to it, but Belle couldn't let it go. What was happening in that household? Was Sunny okay? You're distressed, Beauty. Are you holding something back? Peter asked as he took his turn. No. Yes. Kinda. Belle looked towards the kitchen. Are you worried about Sunny? Sammy asked. She was mean to us, Belle. Don't worry about her, TJ said bluntly, annoyed that Peter had just taken the lead off him. Charlie looked at Belle. It's against the code for a Masters to just let things go. They don't ever hold back. What's this about Sunny? Joe asked. The children told him about what had happened at the camp between them. Joe sat back and looked thoughtful. You're right to be concerned, little one, he finally said to Belle. No one should have to live like that. It probably explains why she was so mean to you. 'Cause she hates me, Belle sighed. She probably likes you very much, Joe corrected kindly. But she's jealous. Very, very jealous. You have everything that she's craved all of her life. Well, it's no excuse for being mean to us, Charlie yelped. No, but it's part of the reason. It's very complicated, Joe leaned forward. But it does explain a lot of why the pair of them are the way they are. Daryl has always been spoilt, and Sunny has always been second fiddle to him. I'd love to throttle Jones if I wasn't a civilised man. So what can we do? Belle asked. You can't. No one can do anything. I mean, it's not exactly abusing her, is he? Petunia said slowly. Tammy looked deep in thought. Then she jumped up and tapped her watch. The Knights of the Last Order? What could they do? Daniel asked. Count me out, TJ said. Me too, Sammy agreed. She was too mean to us. Chuckles and Giggles will go. Charlie stood up. Are you sure the situation even calls for that sort of force? Belle rolled her eyes. Sure enough, a cry of pain came from next door. Sonny's voice. Seriously? Belle got up and followed Charlie upstairs, where they got into their Chuckles and Giggles attire. The pair then sneaked around next door and peered in a window. Daryl! Sonny cried, trying to get her doll back. Go clean the toilet first, Daryl laughed, holding up the doll above her head. It was a beautiful male doll, wearing a neat tuxedo and with a porcelain face. I did clean it, Sonny tried. To Giggles, Sonny looked sad and tired, nothing like the fiery bully she knew. Not good enough. Do it again, Daryl commanded. Sonny spared a glance through the archway to her parents, who were in the other room watching television. Daryl, please, don't hurt Ramjet, she begged. Wonder what would happen if I smashed its face on the tiles, Daryl mocked. He threw the doll on the ground. Just before it hit the hard tiles, it was caught by a speeding Giggles. What the hell? Daryl cried. He moved to attack Giggles, but was stopped by the appearance of the lion's claw blade in his path. Dad! He yelled, terrified of the combined might of Chuckles and Giggles. Mr. Jones ran in. He prided himself on being a law-abiding, straight-edge man of the highest standard, and to see the two-town vigilantes in his house greatly disturbed him. What's going on here? He growled. Why is Daryl picking on Sonny? Giggles asked. And why aren't you doing anything about it? Chuckles added. I don't see how it's any business of yours how I raise my children. I request that you leave my house at once. You are trespassing on private property. Mr. Jones glared at the pair of them. Giggles handed Sonny her doll back. You deserve better than this. Everyone does. She turned to Mr. Jones and Daryl. You two should be ashamed of yourselves. Sonny is a human being too, no matter what the circumstances of her birth. You have no right sticking your noses into business that does not concern you, Mr. Jones warned. I'm surprised you two haven't been arrested yet. He stepped towards them. Get out and stay out, and learn to mind your own business. No one asked you to come in and martyr yourselves. The pair left, both shaken by what had happened. They got back home and changed into their civilian clothes, then headed downstairs as the football game was starting. How'd it go? Bill asked as the pair sat down. We didn't change a thing. Belle hugged her knees. We couldn't save Sonny. Don't be so sure. These things take time, little one. Joe put a reassuring hand on her head. For interest's sake, the Leos won 25-2 to 119 that night. The next day, the friends headed up to the tip to hang out and train a bit. Hi-ya! Sir Hypo swung his nunchucks haphazardly at Sir Dark, who rolled out the way and counterattacked. Both were laughing. This is training? Giggles asked Sir Lionheart. Yeah? So what if it isn't the super training that you and Chuckles have had? At least we're having fun, Sir Lionheart said defensively. You really need to be more careful. Lady Luck was bandaging up Chuckles, who had fallen from a pile of old TV sets, laughing at the training. Lady Silent had one eye on the monitors and another on her brother being silly with his best friends. She looked towards the monitors again, not expecting to see much. Crime in Pleasantville usually takes Saturdays off. She gasped. Sonny Jones was headed straight towards them. Lady Silent bolted out of the den and raced towards Sir Lionheart. She grabbed his arm, jumping up and down like mad. What is it, Tammy? He asked. So, this is where you lot hang out. I'd heard rumours. It was too late. Sonny Jones had made it to the den where the heroes were hiding out. Sonny, Giggles said. Cut the rubbish, Sonny snapped. I know it's you, Masters. Everyone froze. And I happen to know that your little friends are the Knights of the Last Order too, Sonny continued. So take off the masks and let me fight you face to face. to fight us for when all we've done is try and help you? Lady Luck roared furiously. Do you know how much trouble I'm in? My parents aren't even talking to me at the moment because you couldn't keep your stupid nose out of it, Sonny fired back. Your disgusting, holier-than-thou attitude is beyond a joke. Hold your tongue. Sir Lionheart stepped forward. We've been trying to do the right thing. And that gives you the right to interfere in things that never concerned you? Sonny fumed. You're being abused, you stupid brat. Can't you see that? Sir Dark yelped. Everything was fine before you stepped in. Sonny was furious. Inside her felt like molten lava. She was hurt, jealous, angry, upset, and alone. Get out and leave us alone, Chuckles set forward. Sonny scoffed. I know all your identities. If I went to the police right now, you'd all be screwed, she smirked. She flinched as the lion's claw blade was pointed at her, inches from her chin. Giggles stepped forward, putting an arm across Chuckles' chest. No, Chuckles, let me handle this, she said calmly. She thought of what her grandfather said about things taking time. The wounds Sonny had endured wouldn't heal instantly. Until they did, she needed help. Fighting with her wasn't going to help anything. Sonny, we're sorry we caused you so much trouble, she said. Sonny stepped back. An apology? We never intended to make things worse for you. We just wanted to help. You condescending brat! Sonny screamed in fury. She flew at Giggles, who shot up into the sky and over Sonny, landing behind her. Sonny spun around quickly and grabbed Giggles, trying to hit her. Giggles grabbed Sonny back and flew them both into the air. She let Sonny go and kicked her into a nearby pile of mouldy old mattresses. Sonny finally landed on the ground with a soft thud and lay on the ground crying. Lady Luck bolted to her side to try and fix her up. Sonny submitted weakly. She was too tired to carry on. You'll be okay, Sonny. Giggles landed in front of them. She took off her helmet. We'll be your friends and we'll look after you. Sonny looked up at Belle before nodding weakly. She had nothing left. I hope you guys all enjoyed this chapter. If you do know of someone who is being abused, obviously just be there for them. Let them know that you're there for them. If it's really severe, talk to a person of authority, CPS, or whatever it is in your jurisdiction. In the meantime, check out www.chucklesandgiggles.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.